y'all, it's Denise, and I'm here in my studio on a Friday afternoon, and I am getting ready to start a series of 14 paintings, and they're all about paper. Seems like they're all about paper, but not really. What they are all about is I'm a mixed media artist and I love paper. So, but what I have realized and what I have come down to for a process for me to keep it fun and keep it moving along, before I get started, I pick out all my papers, pretty much all of my papers before I get the project started. So it makes it easy. It makes it, as I'm working, I don't have to stop and go dig around in a drawer and look for that perfect piece of paper. I don't have to figure out what my paint colors are because I have them figured out right in the beginning. And then this way, it also helps keep a series cohesive where all is working together. So I am starting with these boards. I have 12 boards. I've already started to lay papers on them. And this is all on my work table in my studio, so it's a little messy, but I think you'll get the point. I've started to lay papers on them, and this is just the first pass. I will lay more papers and plaster and add more and more to them until I get them to the place that I want them. And that still isn't determined yet because I'm working on that. Let me show you how I get started with this. I have all my papers selected, pre-selected. I've gone through all my drawers, all my little files, all my little paper storage, and pulled out the papers that I want to work with. These are all my neutral papers, some of them handmade, some of them are printed already, some of them are dressmaker patterns, and they are all my neutrals, which I really like to have because it helps calm down some of the bright colors that I use. Some of my other colors are my reds and my pinks, most of which I've made on my jelly plate. The same with my aqua and my turquoise papers. Love those. I have some greens, and some of them are cut up pieces off of old paintings. Here is my rust and my more earthy tone red colors. I have a little bit of blue. I don't use a lot of blue, but I must use this piece of tissue paper with the denim jacket pocket on them. I love that. And I always use a lot of black and white. I love black and white in the design. It helps add a little punch of contrast, helps keep your eye moving around. And that also works with the black and white in the text. I love having text, whether it's handwritten or from a magazine or wherever you get it. If it's nice and bold, it doesn't even really have to say anything. It's just a nice element of design. And I have letters, stamps, other little odds and ends from my paper stash. And of course, I told you that already. I've pulled together my palette. I might add or subtract or, add a punch of color, a spice color in here. But this is my basic palette along with black and cream. And I have some other odds and ends that I like to use. I love mine. You can see the well-used text stencil that I have. I have text in papers, in washi tape. I don't use that a lot, but sometimes I can't resist. I'm pulling in, as I've been talking about in the last couple weeks, the Venetian plaster. I use polyurethane to lay my papers down and sometimes put a top coat on everything. But lately, I've been using cold wax medium as my top coat, which is fine to put over acrylic. You cannot put acrylic over that, but it shines and it buffs up to a really gorgeous luster that I really like much more than just an acrylic medium finish coat. So that is all of that. That's all of my beginning stages. and it brings me to my pile of special papers, my specialty things, and these will become the stars, the subject that will stand out most in my painting, or the subject that will create the story within the series of these paintings. And I'm pretty excited to get started. I like getting everything laid out like this. And then I pull a little, I have my paintings over to one side, and I can pull my papers as I need them, but still keep them organized. Everything organized in its own little pile, so I don't have to jump around and figure out where everything is. It just keeps moving along nice and smoothly while I'm working out my series. So there you go. That's what I'm doing, and I'm curious to how you do it. Do you have a system that you like to use? Would you find this one helpful? I hope you do, but one way or another, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what you're thinking and what you might be doing in your studio. Or if you're stuck and need a suggestion, I'm always up for that too. So thanks so much for watching. How about a thumbs up on your way out, and subscribe if you haven't already. And thanks so much for checking in and seeing what I'm up to in my studio. Really appreciate it, and have a fantastic weekend. Bye-bye.